As authorities work to bring the would-be Times Square bomber to justice, people who were there are just recovering from their potential brush with death, and one of them, a local doctor. Our coverage continues now with health reporter Alicia Booth, who spoke with her this afternoon. Alicia?
Danita, the Marriott Marquis in Times Square was full of dermatologists there for a surgery conference. A small group of them decided to hit a sports bar to watch the Cavs game Saturday night. As they left the hotel, they noticed some commotion and walked the other way to catch a cab.
When it was happening, we really didn't understand. We really didn't know what was going on. But when I think about it now, it just makes my heart stop, because we really would have walked right on down onto the bomb.
Cleveland Clinic dermatologist Jennifer Lucas is back at work seeing patients. But in her occasional downtime, she's on the computer checking what's happening with the investigation into the bombing attempt at Times Square.
Please keep moving.
She and her colleagues were 3 days into their surgical conference in New York City when just yards away from their hotel, a parked SUV changed everything.
We had actually been talking about how nice everyone was and how much fun we were having and how we felt really safe. And this, ironically, was just before we had gone down to watch the game.
Dr. Lucas said Times Square was completely closed off, though police wouldn't tell them why. Thinking about it today, she says that was probably a good move because it helped to keep the panic to a minimum. More than anything, Dr. Lucas says she thinks about the actions of the people on the street who first discovered that SUV and alerted police.
Had this bomb actually gone off, we all owe them our lives. It's good to know that good people still exist, good people are still out there, and that people are still looking out for each other. And in New York,
well, Dr. Lucas says, oddly enough, they learned more about what was going on by texts and phone calls from people in Cleveland who were watching the news at the time. They didn't have access to a TV anymore. Now, she says she's relieved they caught the suspect so that he couldn't go on to try to hurt anyone else.